Alright guys, we're going to start off by browning the meat tonight, and we got seasonings for it. We're going to use, I don't have any traditional like actual Italian seasoning bottles, so we're going to kind of make our own. I got cilantro leaves, rubbed almond sage, garlic powder, and since you know it's American pizza, sea salt and pepper for the hamburger. So we're going to season up the hamburger in the cast iron skillet, mix the sausage in with it, and then start building our pizza. Got cilantro. Go big or go home, right? Sage. I don't hardly ever use this stuff, so I might as well put it to good use for once. Garlic powder. Garlic's got a really strong flavor, so we're probably going to be a little easy with that one. It smells really good though. Holy crap. Fresh ground pepper. Little sea salts. Oh. Skillet handles get a little hot. Yeah, just mix that in there all really good. You see we still got a little bit of the pink left, so we're going to stir it around a little while. I'm going to throw the sausage in here as well, just so that way the flavors can kind of mix together. And it'll make it a little easier to distribute once we've got the sauce and the cheese and stuff down into the cast iron skillet. So we're actually going to bake the pizza in this same cast iron skillet, so we'll take a break here in a little while and clean it up real good. And then put some butter on it, a little melted butter, and then we will put the crust down. Alright, so let that cook for a little bit longer, and I'll show you all the ingredients we're putting in it tonight. So you've got some mild Italian sausage, didn't want to eat too crazy in case the kiddo decides he wants leftovers and eat it. We got some big old honking slices of pepperoni. I bought half a pound of deli pepperoni. I didn't realize how much it was actually going to be, so we'll see how much of that we actually get in there. Some very nice Italian 5 cheese. I bought 2 bags because my cast iron skillet's kind of deep and I love lots of cheese. Then for our bedding, our first layer of cheese, we've got some very nice, and this was actually recommended by the deli, with some boar's head Italian style herb coated mozzarella cheese. And then since I feel too lazy to make my own pizza sauce, I'm going to cheat. I got some of the rustic cut pasta sauce, roasted garlic, and then I got a marinara traditional one. I thought about getting like a regular pizza sauce, but I like the big chunky, you know, tomatoes and stuff in it, so that'll be really good. And then of course just some classic pizza crust. So I'm gonna finish up this hamburger, throw that sausage in there, and get this party started. Look at those beauties. Now I'm actually going to tear these out of the casing because I don't need the casing mixed in with the hamburger. So we're going to tear these up and then start throwing the sausage in with the hamburger so we can cook it. Real simple. Just take it and squeeze it. Come right out the end. No problems. Comes out both ends. Squeeze that right down in there. Now at your other end. Sounds so horrible. Mm-hmm. Another one. Even ends up being too much hamburger and sausage. You know, you can always throw it in a tortilla later, eat it as a taco. Ain't no law against that. Ooh. I'm running every one of these over to the trash can real quick, so I don't end up leaving them on my counter. I don't want all that grease and everything else all over the counter. Last thing we need to do is attract any bugs. That's no fun at all. Although it is entertaining to watch the cat chase around the bugs. Whoa, get out of there, you. Come on. Hand washy time. Promise one of these days I'm going to get a little, one of them little stands that'll hold your camera. That way you can put it in there, hold your phone. Probably work out a lot better. Alright, throw that away. Wire, tape, all in there. Now, since it's out of the casing, it'll all mix up real easy in there. Separate it all out real nice. All right, I'm gonna need two hands, so hold on just a second. Currently I've got it on a medium heat. Probably going to kick that up a little bit just to get this sausage done. I'm going to make sure that gets thoroughly cooked, even though it's going to go in the oven at pretty high of a temperature. Got the oven preheating at 450 degrees, so that way once we're done, we can just fill it all up and throw it in the oven and see how it turns out. I think it ought to turn out good. that heat up a little more. Put a lid on it. Over here, check it out. See, that sausage is mixed in real thorough. We're going to throw the lid on it just to let that heat even out a little bit. So, shouldn't take too long. Put all our seasonings up. And we're good. I was thinking, scary thought, I know, right? Since we're waiting, go ahead and start rolling out one of those pie crusts. What do you think? I mean, it sounds like a pretty good idea. I don't know about you, but these things almost always scare the shit out of me when they explode. Like a damn little firecracker going off. Never do know when they're going to pop. Or if they're going to pop. Damn thing cut off on me again. Seems to do that on the mobile for some reason. I don't know. I have tried on my laptop sometime, but we're rolling out the dough. I'm gonna throw some flour on the counter, stretch it out real good. Then we're gonna check on the sausage and the hamburger. Throw a little wax paper down. Clean up, hopefully a little easier. Anybody that ever didn't know, push in those little tabs on the end so that way your roll doesn't pop out on you. I found that out on YouTube. Yep, that one. Oh, pizza crust. And I got flour all over my camera. Big shocker there. Just gonna stretch it out a little bit. I'm not gonna go crazy, too crazy until we get into the pan. But stretch it out. Don't stretch it out too far, it'll get too thin, and then you'll open up a bunch of breaks all over the place. And that's the last thing you want, is holes in your pizza crust. And your toppings and your cheese and everything else are going to burn in right to that pan. And that won't do anybody any good at all. FYI, in case you ever do run across any little tears in your pizza crust, you just take it and you pinch it a little bit. You can kind of pat it back down. It normally fixes the problem. It's been a few years in a couple of different pizza restaurants over the years. So, I know a thing or two about dough. Just a thing or two, though, not too much. I'm no Papa John's. Ooh, Even though I actually prefer Domino's. But, who's splitting yours? Alright. Let's check. Let's check and see how this is looking. Oh yeah, that's coming out real nice. See, and you can still tell the difference between the sausage because of how light it is. Light in color, but it's in there. All right, let me sit you down again for a second. Up you over. Gonna piss me off. There's nothing wrong with my internet connection. My internet connection's great here. So, I don't know what the hell its deal is. But I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. Keep it in hand so that way if it stops again, I'll know right away and I can start it back up. So, but see, there's still some of that chunks in there. I'm gonna try to get those broken up as possible. Just stab it around a little bit. It'll all split up on it. And if there's a few big chunks left, no big deal. This means somebody gets a mouthful of sausage. Don't anybody take that the wrong way. Get your mind out of the gut of you filthy animals. Alright. I think that's probably about good. So we are going to drain this, clean out the skillet. Let me show you what we're going to drain with here real quick. In case you didn't see it earlier. There you go. Look, it's all nice and spread out. Isn't it pretty? Alright. Hold on just 1 second. Let me find what I'm looking for. This is what I get for being unprepared. Hold on a second. Look, check out my up-close view of my calendar. Take them, stick them down in there. The more the better, because the more grease you're going to catch up. So I think I'm going to put a second layer in there just in case. I think I said ketchup. Just in case. Go. Alright. That in the sink. Hopefully I don't lose too much hamburger and sausage. Stove off. That right there. There we go. Just in case anybody's wondering, yes, it's hot. Oh. Alright. Scrape the last of that out of there with the spatula. Yeah. That's actually pretty clean too. It's good. I did 80-20 on that hamburger, so there wasn't a whole lot of, shouldn't have been a whole lot of grease or fat or nothing in there. Alright, there we go. That should be more than enough. Alright, clean that up. Pick it up. Shake it out a little bit. Those paper towels, we'll leave it in there. Let those paper towels soak up some of that grease for a while. And I'm going to clean up my skillet, and I'll be right back. Well, I guess I can just clean it up now. Here, watch me clean up a skillet. Unless I totally screw up and lock the camera again. Thanks, Wes. I hope so. Wait till you see when it's done. Should be really good. Now, if anybody's seen my little flag on the back of my profile, you don't clean a cast iron skillet with soap and water. What are you on a fast or something, Wes? Alright, we're back. Damn thing went glitchy again. Big shocker there. Alright. Just so I get it nice and clean, get all that hamburger and as much of that grease out of it as possible, we're going to do a little of the salt. Don't need much, just enough to kind of scrape it all out. skillet's still a little hot. Just take it and you rub it around in there real good. Like a so. That salt acts like a scrubbing agent. So it gets all that stuff off there. You see that salt looks real dirty right now. So we're going to dump that in the trash can real quick. Alright. Making sure we're still going. I'm going to use just a little bit of water to rinse out the last of that salt. Not much. The skillet's still warm, so make sure you use hot water. Alright. Clean out that damn stove. There. Clean as a whistle. So, I'm going to dry it out real quick. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in it. And then we're going to start making a pizza. See? All pretty and clean. Now, we're going to stick it back on the stove, warm it back up just a little bit. That way, that butter melts real easy. Boy, I don't want it that hot. Bam. Okay. Here we go. Butter. It's not going to take a whole lot. Just want enough to kind of coat the pan up. To get out my little brush here in a second. Spread it out all real nice. a second while that melts up a little bit. That back, so we're going to heat it up. Take it, take your brush. That's why you don't want it too hot, especially if you're using like a plastic or a rubber brush. Go ahead and turn that down, that's hot enough now. Pull that off there, we don't want that freaking dough cooking too early. Don't want to have to put a whole bunch more butter in here either if that butter burns off. Just get the sides real nice, down the bottom. I don't know if you ever worked at a pizza place, but we always used to butter all of our pans with some liquid butter that we kept on top of the stove to keep it melted. Same concept, doing this. So, go. That should be pretty good. Get the top of the edges too, because I'm sure some of this is going to end up, dough is going to end up running across the top of the edges. So, there we go. All right, that ought to be good. Here's the fun part. Getting the dough in there. I bought two just in case, but it looks like one should end up being more than enough for this. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we're even going to have some extra. Guess I shouldn't have stretched it out so far after all. It's alright. It's alright. I'm going to pick it up, tuck it down there on the inside a little bit. Make sure it sits real nice in those corners. I want just a little bit running over the edge. So that way, covering everything. You got any thin spots inside of there you don't like the way they look? Take a little piece of dough, stick it right down in there. It'll all bake together just fine. I'm going to see through it just a little bit, but not too terribly much. So then you're just going to have a really thin crust on the bottom. It should bake up and be okay. Okay, got a couple little spots I didn't like. So. But yeah, just tuck it up against the edges in there real nice like that. So that way you're right all in those corners. See, we got a little spot right there we got to get that the edge. Now normally if I was still working at a pizza restaurant, I'd have a little roller so I could just roll it across the edge and take the excess dough off. But since I don't have that, we're just going to use my hands. And I'm going to leave a little over the edge too, just so it doesn't fall in there, since that skillet's so very nicely buttered up just right. Leave it as like a little counterweight to all the dough pulling down on the inside of it. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's all that matters is how it tastes in the end. Anybody tells you otherwise, they're a professional chef. They don't belong in my kitchen. See? There you go. Now I got a nice little base for all this. So. Alright, so we're going to take all of our beautiful little slices here. Start laying them across the bottom. I remember the first time I had a Chicago deep style dish pizza, I thought of a casserole because of the way it's freaking laid out. But so that's how I always kind of look at it when I do it. Nice little layers. No such thing as too much cheese. So this will help. You got any thin spots in the bottom of your crust too. This should help. Doing it like this. Lay it up against all your edges. Like so. And still same thing, you want it down below the edge of the crust though. There you go. Down in there, like so. I'm glad I brought a half pound of cheese. This almost might not be enough. Got more than enough pepperoni though. Oh yeah, we got plenty. Yeah, we'll do a couple across the bottom. Alright, there you go. And just as a reminder to everybody, this is our Italian style herb coated mozzarella cheese. Not just any mozzarella, but herb coated. Alright, hold on a second, get one of these jars over. Pop! Alright. Start out with that roasted garlic on bottom. Just put a nice little layer. Just want something seeing the cheese and the meat. I don't want to get it too full just yet. We'll fill in all the gaps and the holes later with more sauce. So we get the meat and some more cheese in there. But I like lots of sauce, so I don't mind putting plenty in there. I'm a saucy kind of guy. Take your little brush, kind of spread it out real nice. Okay. Now, I remember first time I had a Chicago style pizza, I thought of it as a casserole, or a lasagna, layers and layers. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to do this in layers. Get out your pepperonis. Look at those beautiful greasy bastards. Isn't that lovely? It's just like the cheese, except we're not going to go up the side this time. It's beautiful sausage. Alright. And yes, my hands are clean. My kitchen, do what it won't. Woo! I take that back, it's kind of hot. Nice little layer in there. Take this after we get this layer in. I'm going to coat it in some more sauce and then just smother it in cheese. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Hearty vegetables. Oh, yeah. Probably feed an army with just one slice of this damn thing. Alright. There we go. That nice and covered up in there. And that looking beautiful. Can't wait. This thing's going to be amazing. We got just a little bit of the other sauce left, so we're going to fill in a couple of little gaps right there. There we go. Go over here. There we go. Oh. Smooth that out a little bit more. Now, time for our final layer of cheese. Yeah, let's throw a couple more pepperonis on there. That's real. They're super thin. They're not going to take up any space. We still got a few left anyway. Although we might be have to make some Italian sandwiches later. So layers and layers. Do a little more sparingly this time. I don't want to overlap and take up too much space. Alright, let's get that cheese out. Just our friendly reminder, Italian 5 cheese. This has got, let's see, mozzarella, provolone, Romano, Asiago, and Parmesan cheese. So we're going to put some of that on there. A New York style pizza in a freaking cast iron skillet. That doesn't make any damn sense at all. Why would anybody do that? That's just ridiculous. It's like we're going to have to open up that second bag of cheese. I'm glad I bought it after all. Need just a little bit more to get it nice and even on top. So, just a little bit more. Woohoo, we're still going. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, y'all. I don't know what this thing's deal is. So that way you guys can watch it from one end to the other without getting interrupted a whole bunch of times like we have been. Like I said, I'm recording this on Twitch, so that's why you see me responding to comments every once in a while. So, but I think we're good to go. We're going to pop this sucker in the oven. Where'd my towel go? There it is. Gotta have my towel. I never leave home without a towel. Some of you may know that reference. Some of you are kids. Oh, in she goes. Let's see if I can get a light to work on this thing. Nope, no light. Step back a little bit though so you can see it. So we got her in there nice. Probably leave that in there for about 30-45 minutes. Take a break while we're doing that. And I will stop back up to show you guys the end preview. Alright, see you later. Bye. Wow, we'll be back. A little crispier than what I intended, but it'll be alright. It's kind of a little darker brown than I wanted. I had to trim off some of the outside crust because some of the stuff laying over the edge got burnt. So, but it looks pretty good now. So we're going to cut into this. We got a trusty spatula. See how she turned out. Oh, the internal temperature ended up being about 168 when I pulled it out. So, shouldn't cause too many problems though. Turn it sideways so we can hold on to it and cut it at the same time. A little big for a pizza cutter, so we got ourselves a trusty knife. This way, so we can roll back that crust. Never cut one like this before, so let's see how this pans out. Pan, it's in a skillet pan. I get jokes. I know, I'm not funny at all, but I try. I laugh at my own jokes, so it's okay. You don't have to. Should have got a different knife for this one. Okay. Ooh, there we go. That's one. Just gotta go a little slower. That's all. There we go. Alright, guys. Now, I bet your money this is gonna be the messy part. So we got a little bit better lighting. Trusty spatula. Oh, look at that. And if we look over in here, you can get a nice real good inside view of all that in there too. So, it looks delicious. I think this turned out really, really well. I think it's gonna taste even better. I let it cool for a little while, so we're gonna give it a taste test. And see if she's too hot. Like I said, I had to trim out some of the outside edges because they got a little crispier than what I intended. Yeah, this definitely isn't something you're going to pick up with your hands, just an FYI. Anybody who tries that's going to be crazy. Not with one that's this big and this thick. So. There we go. It's a little hot, but oh my god, that is so freaking good. I cannot even tell you how freaking good that is. So, if anybody else wants to try this, I would do it at 450. Check it at maybe 10 or 15 minutes. 10 probably wouldn't be a bad idea. And then again at 15, I probably wouldn't go much longer than 15. If you want to use an internal thermometer, I'd suggest probably about 155, 160 at the most. But yeah, the flavor, I can't tell you how absolutely good it is with everything in there together. It's absolutely amazing. So, you guys want to try this? Like I said, the only thing I'd adjust next time, about 450 instead of 475, 10 to 15 minutes. 20 minutes was a little too long. But it's still, the taste is phenomenal. But if you like a crispy cheese crust, this worked out great. So, I'd still, like I said, do about 450. So, hope you all enjoyed watching this. I'll put a link to my YouTube down in the description, so if you want to watch this all the way through, you can, instead of all the breaks that Twitch kept causing. So, y'all have a good night. I hope I made you hungry.